Manchester City versus Arsenal. Lads, today we are back with another preview, and today, lads, all I'm gonna say is this is probably Arsenal's biggest game of the season so far. Opponents are Manchester City, who currently sit second in the Premier League. Now, in terms of their title hopes, they're practically over, and so technically, do Man City need to win? No, they do not. But still, does that make them not massive favourites? Well, according to Google, there's a 72% chance of Man City winning this game. It's not looking good. Now, in terms of league position, as I said, for Arsenal, we are currently in 9th place. But in terms of the points, it's pretty important. Arsenal on 48 points and currently 8 points over Chelsea. But this is, of course, our game in hand. Meaning, if we can somehow pull off a miracle and win the game, Arsenal will go 5 points behind Chelsea and also 2 points behind 5th place Manchester United. Basically meaning if Arsenal win, they're back in the race for the top 4. But if Arsenal lose, their season could be well and over and done with. Of course, in terms of Arsenal managers Mikel Arteta, this of course is a return game for him to the club Man City, where he was assistant at for 2 years, where he won Premier League title after Premier League title. Pep versus Arteta, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Without a shadow of doubt, this right now is going to be our biggest game of the season. So with that being said, guys, let's get into this video and let's discuss Arsenal versus Manchester City. Allow you to give me my pre-match thoughts and also, most importantly, my predicted lineup. Come on, you guys! The gods, please God, all I'm asking for you is 2 things in life. 1, help me out with the weight loss because I'm kind of struggling. Secondly, let Arsenal win this game. That's all I ask for you. Your words on, guys. My name is Special. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a brand new preview, and of course this is my preview for Arsenal versus Manchester City. Of course, Arsenal go to the Etihad, currently 9th place in the Premier League. As I said at the start of the video, this is a must-win game because if Arsenal can win, the top 4 hopes are still there. If Arsenal drop points, draw or lose, it's basically over. And in terms of Man City, yes, I know they're a great side, but at the same time, lads, as Manchester United showed, they are beatable. Arsenal Football Club, in this absolutely atrocious season where we find ourselves in 9th place, have lost less games than the mighty Manchester City. Man City are beatable, lads. Quickly, the lads, before we get into the video itself, make sure to go down there, smash a like on the video as always. If you like to smash 100 likes, your boy would appreciate it. Also, do subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and we are getting there slowly but surely, step by step. So if you can subscribe, it would help your boy out a lot. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments, your predictions for the game, your predicted lineups. How do you want to see Arsenal line up? Can Arsenal beat Man City? And yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So with that being said, guys, let's get into it and let's discuss Man City versus Arsenal and allow you to give you my predicted lineup. Please God, a dub is ever so needed. Starting off, lads, in terms of goalkeeper, it is default, it is standard, it is Bernd Leno. Now, in terms of Bernd Leno, you could actually argue this season he's probably been arguably the second best goalkeeper in the league. Of course, number 1 for me is Alisson at Liverpool, but second for me always was Ederson, but after the absolute fraudulent performance against Man United, where the man literally gave United 2 goals, which, come on, Ederson, I thought you were better than that, my friend. In terms of the first goal, Ederson, bruv, are you moving like Kepa? Kepa probably watched that goal go in. He was like, hang on a minute, since when did I stop playing for Man City? And in terms of the second goal, what are you thinking, you fraud? Ederson, man, I've always rated you, but right now, you are on fraud watch times 1000. But yeah, going back to the Arsenal goalkeeper, Bernd Leno, he's had a very good season. Yes, he's had some shaky moments. Yes, I did remember the Olympiacos game and also the Chelsea mistake. He's been very consistent for us. He was man of the match in the last game, and yeah, he's just a very good goalkeeper. So Bernd Leno has to start. Leno versus Ederson. Let's see which goalkeeper comes out on top. And Ederson, in terms of the United game, you are an absolute fraud. On to the right back, lads, and this is a very interesting one. I'm going to go for Hector Bellerin. Now, lads, I'm not going to lie, I actually want to say he's the Maitland-Niles, but I know at the same time Arteta is probably watching this video. Well, he's actually not watching this video, but if he was to watch this video, he'd probably laugh at me because he knows Maitland-Niles is not playing. I honestly will go on a limb right now and say right now, I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles' Arsenal career is over. Of course, why I say that is I don't know what's happened, but it's definitely something that's happened behind the scenes where Maitland-Niles has said something or he's not doing something right, and Arteta just simply does not rate it. But in terms of our current right back situation, we've got Cedric Suarez, who we signed in January, who's currently injured, which is brilliant, isn't it? And so it leaves us with Bellerin Maitland-Niles, and a very stiff Socrates. Now don't get me wrong lads, as I said before, Socrates is capable of scoring some absolute bangers. But at the same time lads, he's just too stiff to play right back. He's still better than Trent Alexander-Arnold of course. So of course that leaves us with Bellerin and AZ Maitland-Niles. And let's get straight lads, Arteta does not rate AZ Maitland-Niles. I would love to see AZ Maitland-Niles start this, but it doesn't matter what I think because Mikel Arteta does not rate the guy. So lads, we're going to have to throw in Hector Bellerin, and that is simply because of Man City's pace. I do not want to see stiff off Socrates get bun up by Raheem Sterling in his pace. Therefore lads, we're going to throw in Hector Bellerin, but of course I'm not giving much more options here. Moving on to the centre back lads, and this is very simple, it's going to be David Luiz at right centre back. Luiz, listen man, it's weird, sometimes I rate you and sometimes I think you're the prime Maldini that we've always lacked, and then sometimes I look at you and I go, why have we signed this fraud? I say that of course, so far under Mikel Arteta, he's probably been one of our best players. In terms of clean sheets, I think Arsenal have kept 5 clean sheets in the past 7 games, which in terms of recent era is unheard of, and a lot of that of course is massively down to David Luiz and how much he's improved under Arteta. And in terms of playing out the back, he's a very calm and cold player, and he can ping a ball left, right and centre. And therefore lads, there's not much to talk about, not much to debate about. David Luiz starts for Arsenal. On to the left centre back lads, and this is also very simple, it's going to be Pablo Mari. Pablo Mari, of course, we've seen him play against Portsmouth, we've seen him play against West Ham, and let me get one thing straight lads, he's already outdone the career of Virgil van Dijk, the fraud. Okay, let's not go that far, but yeah, in terms of Pablo Mari, so far he's been very impressive, not just in terms of his defending ability, he looks strong, he looks tall, he looks commanding, and most importantly, his on-ball ability. That left foot of his, he can ping it left, he can ping it right, and what I saw at the West Ham game is a player who has an eye for a pass. Now in terms of Man City, they're a team that loves to press, and we're going to need players that are able to play out of that press. And in terms of other centre backs of the club, apart from David Luiz, we do not have that many centre backs that are comfortable on that ball. And therefore for me lads, in terms of the options, having a right foot centre back and a left foot centre back gives Arsenal playing at the back, the passing lanes and so, I think it's no brainer. Pablo Mari starts at left centre back. Van Dijk might move aside. On to left back lads, and it's again very simple, it's going to be Bukayo Saka. Now of course in terms of Arsenal team news, Kieran Tierney has returned to full training, meaning he is somewhat available for selection, but at the same time lads, he's just come back from a long-term injury. I highly doubt Mikel Arteta will throw him into a game at Manchester City away. It's not happening. Kolasinac out with an injury, so it only leaves one option, and that is of course Bukayo Saka. Now in terms of Bukayo Saka, there's not much to talk about here. He's a generational talent, he has the ability to play forwards, and he's played in big games before at Chelsea away and so, and he's thrived in those games. I think he's also got the most assists at Arsenal this season, and I trust Bukayo Saka in a game like this, but at the same time lads, of course he is a generational talent, and let's get straight, generational talents do not feel pressure. Moving on to the centre midfield lads, and of course again this is very simple for me, right sided it's going to be Dani Ceballos. Now in terms of options in midfield, you've got options there, you've got Guendouzi, you've got Ceballos, but in terms of them two there, if I'm going to have to pick one for this game, it's going to have to be Dani Ceballos. Reason for that is pretty simple, he's coming to Arsenal in terms of recent games, he's starting a lot more games, and the key thing for Ceballos what he's offering us right now, and this is what people don't see, is offering our team balance. Now of course in the past I've called Dani Ceballos the human fidget spinner, but at the same time looking into the tableau of Dani Ceballos, he's an ex-Real Madrid player, he's played in big games in the past before, he knows what it's like to play in a big game like this where it's a must-win game and he's not gonna get phased by the pressure. And also in terms of pressure, in terms of the game itself and being pressure resistant, he's probably our most pressure resistant centre midfielder. And going back to the point of giving us balance, in terms of Ceballos, if you look at his stats having come back to the starting lineup for Arsenal, a majority of Dani Ceballos passes are going straight to Mesut Ozil and Nicolas Pepe, and the key thing there is they're both players that are playing on the right hand side for Arsenal. If you look into the system that Arteta has deployed at Arsenal, you've got the left hand side, we've got Xhaka and Saka and so, and then you've got the right hand side, we've got Pepe, you've got either Bellerin or Socrates, and then you've got obviously Mesut Ozil. Now of course in terms of one of the key issues that Mikel Arteta faced in his early years at Arsenal was there was no player in that team that could find the players on the right hand side, and everything was going for the left hand side, and therefore it's very easy for teams to mark us out of the game and they know exactly what we're going to do. So what Ceballos offers Arsenal of course is a player who has the ability to pass the right hand side and give us more balance going forwards, and therefore lads, it becomes a no-brainer. Dani Ceballos, you are starting my friend. Left centre midfielder, it's going to be Granit Xhaka. I know his last game wasn't his best game, but in terms of Arteta and Xhaka so far, Xhaka has been one of the most key players for Mikel Arteta. I think what Arteta has done is pretty simple, he's dropped Xhaka off deeper so teams can't press him as much. Now of course in terms of Granit Xhaka, we all know what his weakness is. His weakness is always going to be his pace. You could put a Hunter card, a Catalyst card, a Shadow card, it's not going to affect him, he's still going to be slow as hell. Therefore all Arteta has done is he's dropped him off deeper, so when teams come onto him there's a lot more space for Xhaka to pass the ball out. And of course in terms of Xhaka, for me he's a big game player. There's been many games in the past for Arsenal, especially at home games and big games where he's turned out, and I think this is another game where Granit Xhaka will hopefully turn up because he's a very key player for Mikel Arteta. Now moving into the attack, it's going to be the number number 10, and again, this is very simple, lads. Again, very boring. It's gonna be Mesut Ozil. Now, in terms of Mesut Ozil, if you've watched my previous previews, you've seen that Ozil's a player who I constantly keep picking. Now, in terms of Mesut Ozil, let me get one thing straight. Yes, I'll admit it right now, he is nowhere near the player he used to be back in the day for Arsenal, where he could, get more assists and get more goals, and of course was a lot more involved for Arsenal. Putting that to aside, if you're still looking at Ozil right now, Ozil is still probably our most quality player sometimes. In terms of a game like Man City, I can see already what's going to happen. Man City are going to come onto Arsenal, we're going to be sitting back a lot of the game, and what we need sometimes is a player who is able to play that killer pass. And in terms of the Arsenal squad and players that can play that killer pass, apart from Mesut Ozil, there's actually not many else. And in terms of other options there's not many other options, and I'm not playing Joe Willock, so put him to a side. So therefore, lads, Mesut Ozil has got to start. Ozil, this is a game for you that I want to see you thrive and glide with that ball and get 10,000 assists. Let's do it, lads. Why not? Right, lads, moving on to the front three, and this is where it's going to get very interesting. Right winger, Nicolas Pepe. Now, of course, in terms of my last preview, I actually started Reece Nelson on the right hand side. He didn't end up starting for Arsenal, but it's not like it was the right decision anyways, because Pepe was pretty awful. But at the same time, lads, I think what Pepe offers Arsenal is a player there who is probably our best dribbler at our club by a country mile. He has got that ability to drag three players towards him and beat the man and, cause Man City damage. And I'm sure if you watch the Man United game, we all saw that Man City defense, and it is a very shaky defense. Yes, going forward, Man City are a fantastic side and they're going to cause Arsenal issues. But in terms of Man City, they're there to be get at. And I think Nicolas Pepe, this is a game where I expect you to be at your best. And of course, let's not forget that we paid 72 great British pounds for you, man. In terms of Arsenal, this game for me is make or break. Win it and we're there, lose it and it's over. Pepe, man, we paid the money for you, so it's time to deliver. We have ordered the Uber Eats, so let's hope the delivery does not disappoint. Nicolas Pepe for me has to start. On to the striker, lads, and this is very interesting. It's going to be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang down the middle. About bloody time, Bavs. Now, don't get me wrong, Aubameyang for me is capable playing on the left-hand side, but for me, lads, his best position is always going to be down the middle. No matter where he's played, either Dortmund or Arsenal, wherever he has been, he always scores goals, but down the middle, he scores more goals. It's a fact. In terms, if you look at his best days at Borussia Dortmund, he, of course, was a striker, and even some of his best ones for Arsenal have come as a striker. And now, of course, in terms of our other options there as well, Nketiah for me is a player who you give him a chance, he'll take that chance, but he's a player who you need to make the perfect chance for, and then he'll shoot. And for me, this is a game where he won't get a perfect opportunity, and therefore he'll be frozen out of the game. And in terms of Alexandre Lacazette, I know he scored the winning goals West Ham, and yeah, thank God for that. But at the same time, lads, I cannot forget how poor Lacazette has been for Arsenal this season, especially away from home. The man's not even scored a single away goal for Arsenal this season, in the Premier League, of course. And that is something we cannot have, and I'm not giving you Man City away, Lacazette. You're going to sit on the bench and so call you want, because this is a game that Arsenal need to win. Lacazette, simply based off your away form, nah, man, on the bench you go. That leaves us with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Of course, he's our best player at the club right now. He's our most clinical player. He is our goal scorer. He's the one that will get the goal for Arsenal. And in terms of Aubameyang and of course his pace as well, it will cause Man City damage. Aubameyang for me has to start down the middle. Now moving on to the final position, of course, the left winger, it's going to be Gabriel Martinelli. Mikel Arteta, let me get one thing straight right now. When it came into Arsenal, you talked about the non-negotiables. So let me give you a non-negotiable. If we don't see the front three of Martinelli, Aubameyang and Pepe, aka Map, we need to see these three players start against Man City, and that for me is non-negotiable, Mikel Arteta. In terms of Martinelli, let's get it straight right now. He is full of absolute pace. And I watched the Man United game and I saw a man like Daniel James, the most basic player I've ever seen. All he's got is pace, and he was causing Man City damage for days. So obviously, with all due respect, Dan James is a decent player, but he ain't no generational talent like Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli, of course, has pace like Daniel James, but he also has the end product, the finishing ability, the dribbling ability, and of course, let's not forget, lads, he's Pele's godson after all. And I think the key thing for us to go into this game is we can't have fear. We need to go at this game and get at Man City. Of course, no go headless and go stupid, but at the same time, let's not get too scared, and let's not, sit back and, hope to God that Man City don't score and maybe hit them the counter attack. Man City are there to get hit. That defense there is there to be get at. And in terms of the front three, I've suggested Martinelli, Aubameyang and Pepe. They are all electrifyingly fast. This is a game for me, lads, where Arsenal will win the game based off our attack. Our defense won't be good enough. I know Man City will probably score. And for me, lads, we need to see pace. And that's for me is a pacey front three. So yeah, my front three is Martinelli, Aubameyang, Pepe. Mikel Arteta, this for me is a non-negotiable. If you don't start them, then you're gonna be on fraud watch. But with that being said, guys, let's end the video there and there. This has probably been my longest ever preview, but of course it's for the biggest game for Arsenal this season. So of course, with that being said, guys, make sure to smash a like on the video if you've enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments comments. Let me know your predictions for the game, your predicted lines for Arsenal. How do you think Arsenal need a setup? Can we be Man City? And yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now with that being said, guys, let's end it there and there. Arsenal, Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. It is a task that looks impossible, but it is possible. Man City for me are there to be get at, and hopefully we can get something out of this game, because yeah, we need to win this game. So anyway guys, I'll see you next time. Yeah, Arsenal Man City, this is going to be stressful.